Welcome to Autocars India. Naresh, this is your host, bringing you live commentary for Formula One, round number 15 from Malaysia. Race day coming out live with you. What better afternoon this could be in Malaysia, where the last Grand Prix is going to happen today in about 15 minutes time. And what a session we had yesterday for the qualifying. It was great. Right action from the beginning when Sebastian Vettel could not even put a time lap, and he is the championship contender, and ends up to the day when Lewis Hamilton gets the pole position. So equations are fairly simple and straightforward. Lewis Hamilton with 28 points advantage in the championship. Sebastian Vettel starting from the last. There is nothing to lose for Sebastian Vettel now. He's going to start back of the grid. He has to climb all the places up if he wants to have any fight to the championship. So with this, we are all set to bring Malaysian Grand Prix to a finish in the same way how we have started the Malaysian Grand Prix way back in 1999. This is Naresh, your Autocars India host, bringing you live commentary from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Give you the starting grid. Lewis Hamilton starts on pole. He had the qualifying time 1 minute 30.076, followed by side first row start for Kimi Raikkonen for Ferrari. Second row, Max Verstappen starts at number 3 with Daniel Ricciardo, his teammate, starts at number 4 from Red Bull. Valtteri Bottas for Mercedes starts off 5th, doesn't seem to be in a good position. Esteban Ocon for Force India, as usual, a good show, starts off third row, 6th position. Stoffel Van Dorn, surprise for McLaren Honda, starts in 4th row, 7th position, alongside with Nico Hülkenberg, German, starting in Renault in 8th position. 5th row starts with Sergio Perez of Force India, 9th position, and Fernando Alonso for McLaren starts off in 10th position for McLaren Honda. Felipe Massa, 6th row, starts off for Williams, alongside Jolyon Palmer, starts off in 12th position from Renault. Lance Stroll from another Williams starts off in 13th position. Carlos Sainz Jr., Toro Rosso, starts off in 14th position. 8th row, Pierre Gasly, the first outing for Formula One for Toro Rosso, starts off in 15th position. Romain Grosjean, Haas, starts off 16th. Both the Frenchmen alongside, followed by Kevin Magnussen in 17th position for Haas. Pascal Wehrlein Sauber starting 18th. Marcus Ericsson Sauber starts 19th. Sebastian Vettel starts last on the grid, back of the grid. He did not set any time lap. Here we go. This is round number 15 for Malaysian Grand Prix, bringing you live from Autocars India. Naresh, your host. Do like and subscribe this channel by clicking subscribe button on your right bottom screens of your phones, smartphones, laptops, whichever electronic device you are using. Once again, warm welcome from all over the parts of the world who has joined me for this live commentary. We are looking for a great finale of Malaysian Grand Prix. Just to give you an update, yesterday Sebastian Vettel incident which happened, and his turbocharger failed. So still Ferrari is worried what is going to happen with Ferrari during the race, as Kimi Raikkonen, they are worried surely, and though they have done a lot of work on Sebastian Vettel car, but still the worry factor is going to be there in their heads around turbo or power unit issue. In the meantime, engine covers are backing on, the tires are going on, and Raikkonen is in the car. ready for the start, whatever that might bring, even though worried faces are always there. Oh, and just to give you a fresh update, Raikkonen has been pushed off the grid. Disaster for Ferrari. Now Kimi Raikkonen also will be starting from the pit lane. That is at the best. You could not have predicted this kind of outcome to Malaysian Grand Prix, friends. Kimi Raikkonen right at the start of the race is going to start back of the grid. What a pity for Ferrari to have such a setback. Both the Ferraris look to be down and out right at the beginning unless they show their mettle, what they are capable of. This is going to be a great weekend for Mercedes, where they could possibly seal the championship for constructors and also for drivers. This is round 15 of Sepang International Circuit. All the way 3 sectors in this circuit. You have a distance of 5.543 kilometers with the elevation change of 22 meters, 15 number of turns on the circuit, fast corners, 2 DRS zones available. Montoya holds the fastest time with 1 minute 34.223 seconds on this circuit. The last race of the circuit for Malaysian Grand Prix. The first Grand Prix way back in 1999 and 2017 bids goodbye to Formula 1 from Malaysia. Sebastian Vettel looking dejected face in his Ferrari. He's starting at the back of the grid. And what a disaster for Ferrari that Kimi Raikkonen is in pits now. His turbo is having same problem. He's out of the car. What their mechanics can do, it is a disaster for Ferrari. And definitely game on for Red Bulls today. Unless they make some mistake, Max Verstappen, his 20th birthday is celebrating. He's charged up. He looks to fight for the podium and celebrate his 20th birthday in grand style here. Starting grid once again, Lewis Hamilton starts pole. Kimi Raikkonen supposed to be second position, but that will be taken out. Third position, Max Verstappen. Fourth alongside with Daniel Ricciardo, his teammate. Valtteri Bottas starts fifth alongside Esteban Ocon in sixth position. Seventh, McLaren Stoffel Van Dam. Nico Hülkenberg starts eighth alongside him. Sergio Perez on the fifth row alongside Fernando Alonso for McLaren. Sixth rows, Felipe Massa Williams, Jolyon Palmer Renault alongside. Lance Stroll and Carlos Sainz 13th and 14th position for Williams and Toro Rosso. 8th row of the start, Pierre Gasly, first Grand Prix, Toro Rosso alongside Roman Grosjean in 16th position for Haas. 17th, Kevin Magnussen, Haas alongside Pascal Wehrlein in 18th position. Marcus Ericsson starts off 19th position with 20 place grid penalty for Sebastian Vettel for change of turbo. Starts last on the grid. And disaster for Ferrari. Both the Ferraris are down and out right at the word go. It will be interesting to see how Ferrari takes it forward in this race. It doesn't look to be a great outcome right at the start. Friends, this is Naresh, Autocars India host, bringing you live commentary for Formula 1, getting you live timings update as the race unfolds. As of now, the latest and the breaking news which is coming across is Kimi Raikkonen, who whose car has been pushed off from the grid and it's in the pit lane, his garage, getting worked on the turbo. It's a great setback, a worse setback I would say for Kimi Räikkönen, who was going to start second, and he was a serious contender of the pole position. So this is going to give a clear go ahead for both the Red Bulls, as Ferrari is not there in the second position, and they will have a clear run and they can surely challenge Lewis Hamilton, and we expect some great action coming through us. In the meantime, all cars are ready, tire blankets out, ready for the formation lap as final 1 minute goes off and cars start off here from the grid. Formation lap gets through for the PETRONAS Malaysian Grand Prix round number 15. Top 10 drivers starting on super soft tires, and this race could be two-stop strategy if they stop 13 and lap 40 around, and one-stop strategy for few of them who are starting on soft tires could go till lap 17 for one-stop race. Two-stop, very likely. For lap 13, we'll have first change of tires, likely. This race is for 56 laps, where air temperature is around 30 degrees Celsius, track temperature 39 degrees Celsius, and as usual hot and humid for the drivers in the cockpit. As the Constructors Championship stand, 475 points, Mercedes leading, and today Ferrari with 373 points in the back foot. Red Bull 230 points clear, well clear of Force India Mercedes with 124 points. Tough battle between Williams and Toro Rosso sitting at 59 and 52 points. Ferrari garage looking dejected as ever. Previous winners in Malaysia, 2016, the defending winner is Ricciardo. Before that, Sebastian Vettel, Lewis Hamilton, Vettel. Vettel has the maximum number of wins here along with Alonso. And today, it's likely to be Lewis Hamilton is going to overtake that with maximum number of wins if he has a clean start from the grid. Friends, do remember to like and subscribe my channel by hitting subscribe button on your right bottom corners of your screen. This is Naresh bringing you live action for Malaysian Grand Prix round number 18 as the cars are completing their formation lap and start getting stationary in the boxes. We are looking for a great start here as both the Red Bulls are surely on an advantageous position with no car on the box number 2. Sebastian Vettel back of the grid, Kimi Räikkönen in the pits. So no threats from Ferrari whatsoever. Let's see what Red Bull can do in this position. McLaren's also pretty strong. Let's see what McLaren's does in the start. So time for action. 5 red lights has to come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 red lights on and they go off, and the Malaysian Grand Prix has a start. Daniel Ricciardo has a good start. Max Verstappen tipping behind Lewis Hamilton, having a cautious start. Lewis Hamilton has a great start. Daniel Ricciardo goes on side. Lewis Hamilton goes on the side and he creates a position. Bottas overtakes both the Red Bulls. He has the advantageous position and Bottas is already side by side with Daniel Ricciardo. He is in the second position. However, Max Verstappen is not going to give his position. He is in the second position. Valtteri Bottas chasing hard to overtake him. This is the best chance he can do it. And side by side for Verstappen and Bottas. Bottas is not able to overtake. Verstappen is holding off Bottas in second position. So position settled right in the third corner with Lewis Hamilton first, Max Verstappen second, Valtteri Bottas third. He has 2 positions up. Stoffel van Dorn in 5th position. Both the Force Indias behind. Interesting to see where is Fernando Alonso. As we see, 5th position is for Stoffel van Dorn. Both the Force Indias, and looks like Fernando Alonso has lost out in this battle somewhere. He is way back in behind Nico Hülkenberg, and already you see Sebastian Vettel, he's chasing down. He's already made up some places right at the start. Let's see, it will be interesting where he is right now. He looks to be already in 14th or 15th position, as the timesheets will just confirm in a while. But what a start for Valtteri Bottas. He has a knack of starting off late and then he picks up. So Hamilton confirmed. He's P1 as of now. Verstappen behind him. Valtteri Bottas third. Daniel Ricciardo fourth. Stoffel van Dorn in 5th position. Both the Force Indias of Perez and Ocon 6th and 7th. 8th Lance Stroll. Felipe Massa 9th. Kevin Magnussen 10th. Top 10 finishes, and Sebastian Vettel is chasing Hülkenberg of Renault. Side by side with Nico Hülkenberg. This Ferrari, he is on a charging mode, an angry mode. He has all the reasons to do that today if he has to gain anything out of this race. Vettel is already to the 13th place now. So here are the timings coming up on your screens at the start of the race. So at the lap number 1, we have Lewis Hamilton leading with Max Verstappen behind him. Sebastian Vettel is already in the 11th place, and here one of the Force Indias coming into the pits having a change of tires. Soft tires goes on. This is Esteban Ocon. Race control has enabled the DRS here. Raikkonen could not start the race, so it doesn't matter for him now. The race over for Kimi Raikkonen right at the start, or not even the start. Before the start, his start is over. Max Verstappen, fastest lap of the race, 137.792 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, giving a serious competition to Lewis Hamilton here. And Lewis Hamilton will not make anything stupid today, because anything stupid, things which happens from Lewis Hamilton could lose the advantage for him. This is live action coming to you from Autocars India. Your host Naresh with you for this race. What a start we have right at the beginning here in the race. As Max Verstappen chasing Lewis Hamilton, he's side by side of Lewis Hamilton and he actually overtakes Lewis Hamilton. What a move by Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has overtaken Lewis Hamilton on lap 4. This is going to be the lap of the day. What a way to overtake. Lewis Hamilton caught napping and he's being overtaken by Max Verstappen. What a day today. Amazing. He did not even realize. But here again Lewis Hamilton making a move. It's Daniel Ricciardo, the second car of the Red Bull. Now he's chasing Valtteri Bottas here and giving a tough fight. Lewis Hamilton has been overtaken. Daniel Ricciardo in the hot pursuit to overtake Valtteri Bottas now. Amazing action coming through from Red Bulls. It has given a life to Red Bull today. Suddenly, once the Ferraris were down and out. But let's not discount the Ferraris because Sebastian Vettel is climbing up thick and fast here. So, after the completion of lap 3, we have Verstappen leading the race. Behind him, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas in third position, and he's being chased by Daniel Ricciardo. Stoffel Vandoorne in strong fifth place, I would say. And he's holding off Sergio Perez well. Alonso in the 10th position. Surely Alonso didn't had a great start and now he's being chased by Sebastian Vettel here. And here Lewis Hamilton tries to look on the side, on the right side, but doesn't get any chance. Max Verstappen, he's not going to give the position so easily. Max Verstappen, great race, kudos to Max Verstappen. He overtakes Lewis Hamilton. What a move that was. And interesting to see at the start. So Fernando Alonso lost out and there had been a touch between Williams and Esteban Ocon. Both the cars touched. Valtteri Bottas had a great start. He went on the side of both the Red Bulls and he could overtake easily one of them. Whereas Max Verstappen did not give a place and he holds on and keeps Valtteri Bottas honest about the position. However, Force India's Esteban Ocon, once again, they touched. Both the Force Indias and Felipe Massa and Esteban Ocon had a bit of moment between Williams and Force Indias. Esteban Ocon was squeezed by both the cars. Because of that, Fernando Alonso also lost out time and he had to back off this time around. He doesn't want to have the Singapore position again repeated. However, Ferrari of Sebastian Vettel, he gained, and with that, he is already in 11th position. We are in the lap 6 of 56 laps and Sebastian Vettel, he has climbed already to 11th position and now he's chasing Fernando Alonso here. McLarens are not very weak cars this weekend around. So he's not going to get his overtake easier one, I would say. As we are in lap 7, Max Verstappen is leading Malaysian Grand Prix. Replays of the start shows that Ocon this time around was sandwiched between Sergio Perez, his teammate, and Felipe Massa at turn 2. And in the process, he hit Felipe Massa's car, and then Force India was reporting some damage in the front wing, and he has to come back in the pits. Whereas Esteban Ocon is blaming Sergio Perez for this incident. It will have to be seen by the stewards if there was any. In the meantime, battle for 10th position is going on between Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel and Nico Hülkenberg. Whereas all of them are separated by just about half a second. Daniel Ricciardo still chasing Valtteri Bottas of Mercedes, and he's ever closer to him, just about 0.3 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas. Max Verstappen leading Malaysian Grand Prix here. And Lewis Hamilton keeping it very honest to him, and he doesn't want to do some heroics here, surely, because this can dent his championship position. In the meantime, Sergio Perez, he manages to overtake Stoffel Vandoorne and gets it clean around Stoffel, but gets a position back, Stoffel Vandoorne. So Sergio Perez in 5th position for Force India. Had a clean overtake on him. In the meantime, Daniel Ricciardo is side by side of Valtteri Bottas this time. Wheel to wheel racing for both the drivers. Valtteri Bottas is trying to have his position intact, but Daniel Ricciardo gets him in front in the sector 2. Will he be able to do it? No, not again this time around by Daniel Ricciardo. Again, he doesn't leave that chance, and next corner round, he puts his car in front of Valtteri Bottas, and Daniel Ricciardo gets the position. Bingo, Daniel Ricciardo. Whereas Valtteri Bottas is not leaving any room untouched, and he still tries to get his position back. Red Bull very fast and has overtaken both the Mercedes. Well done, Red Bull. Both the Red Bulls are very strong in this race. This time around, Daniel Ricciardo manages to overtake Valtteri Bottas, and same thing, Sebastian Vettel behind, he overtakes Fernando Alonso finally for the 10th position. What a wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side racing shown by Daniel Ricciardo and Valtteri Bottas. Clean racing by both the drivers. And he manages to hold his position. So here Nico Hülkenberg comes in the pits. He was complaining of some noise in the right axle, front right axle, whereas team said there is nothing, they can feel it or get the data from the car. However, Nico Hülkenberg comes back in the pits, has a fresher tires and ready to go again. In the meantime, Max Verstappen is leading Malaysian Grand Prix for the first time. What a boy. He has a birthday, 20th birthday, and leading a championship. You cannot have a better tribute for a birthday boy like Max Verstappen is enjoying right now. He is 3.7 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton. Unless some problem, as always, the bad luck has chased Max Verstappen, he should be comfortably giving tough fight to both the Mercedes. As we have already seen, Daniel Ricciardo also has pulled up a long gap between himself and the Valtteri Bottas. Stoffel Vandoorne in strong 6th position, being chased by Lance Stroll and Felipe Massa in 7th and 8th position. And behind them is Sebastian Vettel in 9th position, and he is now chasing Felipe Massa. Sebastian Vettel in 9th position. We are in lap 11 of 56. Max Verstappen leading Malaysian Grand Prix with 4.6 second clear gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo 6th and 3rd position, with Valtteri Bottas for other Mercedes in 4th position. Kimi Räikkönen car sitting in pits, no action. He could not even start the formation lap on this race. And here, Sebastian Vettel is chasing now Felipe Massa for 8th position. I would say this is a good start to climb up from 20th to 8th place, and this time around Sebastian Vettel tries, doesn't manage to do it, but it will be a matter of time when he overtakes Felipe Massa. In fact, both the Williams, as clearly Ferrari is a faster car. Here Max Verstappen pulls out another faster lap, 1 minute 36.474 seconds. Good job for Daniel Ricciardo to overtake Valtteri Bottas here. Here pit stop for Roman Grosjean and Felipe Massa, both the cars on the pits. In the bargain, Vettel goes to 8th position now. The problem in the teams still remains for Force India, where Sergio Perez, as complained by Esteban Ocon, was at fault for this incident which happened at the start of the race. However, not a big loss for Ocon. He is sitting in 13th position and is pretty strong. If all the drivers finishes in this position as they are, so Valtteri Bottas is going to be very close to Sebastian Vettel with only 15 points gap. However, that will increase as Sebastian Vettel is also looking to climb up the places. As Lance Stroll and Pierre Gasly, they go for their routine pit stop. Super soft tires goes out. Harder compound of soft tires, they go in the car. And both the Williams now side by side with Felipe Massa and Lance Stroll. Where Felipe Massa is in the front and Lance Stroll is behind him, chasing for the 13th position. Both of them had the pit stops. Lance Stroll is chasing his teammate Felipe Massa. This is lap number 14 of 56 of Malaysian Grand Prix, with Max Verstappen having 6.1 second gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. Stoffel Vandoorne comes for the routine pit stop, goes for the softer tires. Also Palmer in the pits. So this is the pit stop window which has opened for two stoppers. And side by side this time around, Lance Stroll manages to overtake and he loses out 2 positions, as Stoffel Vandoorne also was coming out of the pits, and he gains and he comes out in front of both the Williams, which is a good thing. Otherwise Vandoorne would have been sitting behind them. However, Lance Stroll tries, as Stoffel Vandoorne has the fresher tires. However, he has to get the tire temperatures up, and Lance Stroll wants to explore this opportunity to overtake Vandoorne. But Vandoorne too fast and pulling away quickly. Williams doesn't seem to be comfortable this time around. So it was a great move by Stoffel Vandoorne. He sticks to his side, inner side of the track, and both the Williams fighting with each other, loses out position to Stoffel Vandoorne. In the meantime, Verstappen still leads Malaysian Grand Prix. He should be looking for his first pit stop now, any time around in next few laps. And he has opened a huge gap between himself and Lewis Hamilton. Clearly advantageous position what Red Bull is holding, and Mercedes doesn't seem to be giving that competition to Red Bull, as Daniel Ricciardo is continuously gaining now on Lewis Hamilton, and he's 5 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. As all of us wait for the pit stop for Max Verstappen, the leader for this championship, this round of Formula 1 2017 Malaysian Grand Prix, the last Grand Prix of the season. Max Verstappen comfortably ahead of Lewis Hamilton. As we go to lap number 16, Max Verstappen still leads Malaysian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton behind him, 8-second gap. Further 4-second gap from Hamilton to Daniel Ricciardo. Only one driver who is out of the race is Kimi Raikkonen. Max Verstappen still leads Malaysian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton is having a gap of 8.935 seconds from Max Verstappen, the leader of Malaysian Grand Prix. As we go to lap number 20. after lap 19, Lewis Hamilton with a gap of 8.9 seconds. Strong race for him. This should be bringing pit stop for Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, in fact for all top 4 drivers anytime soon, for their one-stop strategy also. And Sebastian Vettel has gone all the way up to 6th place now. He also has to stop for the first pit stop, and he's chasing now Sergio Perez of Force India. Alonso has climbed to 7th place. Max Verstappen leading the race with 8.8 second gap. As top 8 drivers are still to stop, rest all of them have their stops. So Verstappen, Hamilton, Ricciardo, Bottas, Vettel, Perez and Alonso and Carlos Sainz have still to stop for their first pit stop, which window is open, and it will be all the strategy how they want to move forward from here onwards. In the meantime, Sebastian Vettel gets past Sergio Perez of Force India. Sebastian Vettel has already climbed to 5th place, which is a good position for him. In the meantime, Lewis Hamilton has been asked by his team how the tires are behaving, and he reports tires are fine. He's comfortable. In other words, he's pulled away slightly from Ricciardo, which is a good thing. So, comfortable position for Max Verstappen. After completing lap 23, Lewis Hamilton is still finding himself in a second place, and all credit to Red Bull this time around because they have placed it beautifully, and there is nothing that due to non-competitiveness of other cars they have come up. It's absolutely perfectly balanced car which Red Bull has put up for this Malaysian Grand Prix. As we get back on the track, Verstappen 8.7 seconds gap, and in the meantime Force India of Esteban Ocon chasing Carlos Sainz in Toro Rosso in front of him. Carlos Sainz in 8th position presently, Esteban Ocon 9th position, looking to overtake Esteban for Carlos Sainz. Verstappen is 2 positions up from where he started. He started in 3rd. Daniel Ricciardo, he started in 4th and he gained 1 position. Lewis Hamilton is down. He started from pole position. He's been overtaken by, beautifully overtaken by, I would say, by Max Verstappen here. In the meantime, Esteban Ocon, he skids off the track. He made a mess of it. He was chasing Carlos Sainz. And Sebastian Vettel is right behind Valtteri Bottas now. However, he doesn't lose much of a position, comes back on the track safely. No, he's been overtaken as soon as he starts off the track by Felipe Massa. So adventure of Esteban Ocon didn't go all right. Alonso is in 7th position for McLaren. Esteban Ocon was coming side by side and he hit the front left tire of Carlos Sainz. And this time around, Sebastian Vettel tries to overtake Valtteri Bottas. He makes a move, but Valtteri Bottas defends it boldly and still manages to keep a car in 4th position. However, Sebastian Vettel is not going to sit quiet as he has to overtake. He's going to give another go, and in the meantime, Mercedes is getting ready for the pit stop. And who is this? This is Lewis Hamilton. Lines up for the pit, gets his car in the box, clean pit stop, soft tire goes on, one stop strategy well in place. Valtteri Bottas is still being chased by Sebastian Vettel. As this time around, Max Verstappen comes for the pit stop. Clean pit stop for Max Verstappen. Soft tire goes on, comes out of the pit box, joins on the track. Let's see where he joins. Very clear, Lewis Hamilton in the background. Comes out comfortably ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Now this time turn is for Sebastian Vettel. Pits come in, clean, tire change, comes out of the pits. Where does he join? Sebastian Vettel joins 6th on the grid and he gets a faster tire. He is on the super soft tires. So Sebastian Vettel is very clear. He wants to try his best in the second half of the race and if required get another set of tires and try to come as ahead as possible on the track. As this time around, Valtteri Bottas comes in the pits. Pretty slow, slightly slower pit stop, comes out of the pits and he is behind Sebastian Vettel. So Sebastian Vettel has managed to overtake on the pit strategy. Valtteri Bottas finds himself in behind Sebastian Vettel. Sergio Perez, who is in 4th position, has still to make the pit stops. He is in presently 4th position. Lap number 29 going on, and Esteban Ocon, he is chasing now Felipe Massa once again. This is the midfield battle which is going on between these drivers. Alonso, after the stop, he is in 15th position. And Daniel Ricciardo comes in the pit stop this time around. Clean pit stop. 2.3 seconds. Let's see where Daniel Ricciardo comes out of the pits. He should be in front of Perez, which he does, and clear 3rd place for him. And here Carlos Sainz looks to have engine problems, he is reporting. This could be game over for Carlos Sainz as he comes in the pits reporting the problem with the tires. And this time around, Alonso tries to take the battle to Kevin Magnussen of Haas. Tries to go around. And here Esteban Ocon once again tries to overtake Felipe Massa, goes off track. Not managed to able to do it. Ocon didn't quite manage to get it this time around. And Felipe Massa still in front of Esteban Ocon, fighting for 9th position. Alonso still behind Kevin Magnussen. So Max Verstappen is leading Malaysian Grand Prix with ease, and behind him is Lewis Hamilton, who is being chased by Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd position. By any means, by any standards, this is not a race which has been stronger for Red Bull due to any other reason but for the hard work which they have shown. They clearly have the stronger car today, right at the lap 1 where Max Verstappen overtook Lewis Hamilton for the lead, and he is leading the Malaysian Grand Prix. This is the last Grand Prix of Malaysia and also 20th birthday for Max Verstappen, and what a way to celebrate his 20th birthday. Yesterday he had some great moments and today he is leading Malaysian Grand Prix, except first 2 laps which was led by Lewis Hamilton. Great show Red Bull, great show Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen. Happy birthday boy. Fernando Alonso in 14th position, car number 14. He's chasing Kevin Magnussen here. This is lap number 32 of 56. Max Verstappen leading Malaysian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton second, and this time around Fernando Alonso makes a move on Kevin Magnussen. Will he be able to stick to it? He tries it, goes in the next corner. They have wheel to wheel touching. Fernando Alonso manages to stay ahead of Kevin Magnussen. Clear of Kevin Magnussen. He snatches 13th position from Kevin Magnussen. They had wheel to wheel touching, and Fernando Alonso doesn't give away. This time around, Kevin Magnussen tries to once again to get the position back, but looks like it's well clear. So Lewis Hamilton is still second behind Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso. Kevin Magnussen had the good battle between them, where Fernando Alonso comes in front of Fernando Alonso. They changed the lines, racing lines, quite a number of times before finally Fernando Alonso overtook him. Probably stewards will have a look on it, whether it's a racing or it was deliberate move by Fernando Alonso. Similar thing happened between Esteban Ocon and Felipe Massa also, where Esteban Ocon could not stick to his move. So two drivers out, Carlos Sainz and Kimi Raikkonen. This is the first Grand Prix for Pierre Gasly. He has run in GP3 series, but it's a strong outing for him, I would say. And he's chasing Kevin Magnussen for 14th position here. Lap number 35 in progress. Max Verstappen leading comfortably with 8.1 second gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel in 4th position, Daniel Ricciardo in 3rd position, Valtteri Bottas for Mercedes in 5th position. Had a moment with Valtteri Bottas where he goes on the curbs and some kind of sparks flying around from his chassis. As we go to lap number 36, not much action on the top 5 drivers. They are well settled. Max Verstappen leading Malaysian Grand Prix, followed by him is Lewis Hamilton. And there is a new lap record which has been set now. John Pablo Montoya holds the fastest lap around this circuit, which has been broken now. Of course, we expect that because this year cars have got half a second faster timings in their cars. And it will be very interesting to see what happens next time around as Renault's engines are being swapped between Toro Rosso and McLaren. McLaren gets Renault engine and Toro Rosso gets Honda engines. As Kimi Raikkonen car sits in pit garage, all garage crew quiet as Kimi Raikkonen could not even start the race or could not even have the formation lap. Whereas Sebastian Vettel has done a good job. He has climbed up 16 places. He started back of the grid and he sits at 4th place now. Clearly this will be a great result for Sebastian Vettel because we did not expect that he will climb this much up as he started in 20th position, and he still keeps his hope alive for next few races to come. Daniel Ricciardo in the meantime, he is sitting at 3rd place and he has the best timing, last lap around 1 minute 34.912 seconds. This time around, Alonso has got past Jolyon Palmer. Alonso finds himself in 12th position now. And Kevin Magnussen also tries to go around Jolyon Palmer. He tries to do it and he's also able to do it. In the meantime, Max Verstappen coming behind. They have to get aside to give way to Max Verstappen and they do that. Max Verstappen comfortably puts them laps down. Both the cars in the same lap. And Jolyon Palmer here has a spin. He tries to contain Kevin Magnussen behind the race leader and he spins in the process. So Kevin Magnussen is managed to maintain the lead from Jolyon Palmer, who spins at the start-finish straight. I would say it was a wild move by Kevin Magnussen, and since both of them had to get away from Max Verstappen, and in the bargain they had touched the wheels, and Jolyon Palmer simply spins. Max Verstappen comfortably leading the race, Malaysian Grand Prix. We are in lap number 39 of 56. With just 16 laps to go, Max Verstappen is all set to get this Grand Prix victory on his 20th birthday. Who could have believed that Max Verstappen is going to win this Malaysian Grand Prix, and that also the last race of Malaysia. It will be the fitting goodbye to Malaysia from Formula 1 calendar. In the meantime, Vettel is continuously gaining time. He's gained 1 second in the last lap from Daniel Ricciardo. If he goes by this 1 second gap, he should be chasing, he should be seeing the gearbox of Daniel Ricciardo by end of the race, and he gets a realistic chance to overtake him. And if he does that, that will be great, because then he catches up Lewis Hamilton also by the end of the race. Alonso is 6 seconds behind Nico Hülkenberg, and Hülkenberg is reporting some problems in his car. In the meantime, another lap record for Sebastian Vettel. And he has a gap of 9.5 seconds between him and Lewis Hamilton. So as we reach to the final 13 laps of the race, Max Verstappen is leading Malaysian Grand Prix by a healthy 9.5 seconds between him and Lewis Hamilton. Daniel Ricciardo with another 7 seconds down on him. Only the Vettel is on super soft tires, so probably he might need to stop before the end. But however, he's taking the risk and he's flying right now. All the other drivers on top 10 are on soft tires with clear one-stop strategy. And here, Sebastian Vettel is ever closer. He's just 4.5 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo. Bit of moment for Marcus Ericsson as he clips the curbs and damages some part of his chassis for sure. Vettel is 4 seconds behind Daniel Ricciardo, who has 7 second gap between himself and Lewis Hamilton. Meantime, leaders are lapping the back markers. Ocon is the latest one to be lapped down. There's about a 4 second gap between Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo, and both are in the traffic, so that should give some kind of advantage to Sebastian Vettel as he has the car and he gets a DRS and he manages to get some more time out from his and Daniel Ricciardo. As he overtakes this time around, Gasly moves aside. Sebastian Vettel overtakes him comfortably. Sebastian Vettel has gained almost 3 seconds in last lap. He's doing good. It looks to be a battle in the last few laps where we'll see wheel-to-wheel battle between Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. Could be much earlier than that, as he's very close to Sebastian Vettel to Daniel Ricciardo here. Sebastian Vettel is getting closer and closer to Daniel Ricciardo. Fight for third position. Now Sebastian Vettel is just about half a second behind Daniel Ricciardo. It'll be interesting to see, will he be able to overtake him comfortably or gets a tough time around. Surely Ferrari looks to be a stronger car and he has super softs on his car. battle is getting closer and closer between Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel, which is right behind gearbox of Daniel Ricciardo here. Let's see what he does this time around. We are in lap 47 of 56 of this Malaysian Grand Prix, last Grand Prix of Formula 1 in Malaysia. Some more traffic coming across both of them, and this could be a chance for Daniel Ricciardo to extend if he gets the DRS at the right place. Let's see what he does as they come around on the back straight. This time around, Vettel is very close to Daniel Ricciardo as he comes around start-finish straight. In the meantime, Fernando Alonso is the next person to be lapped by Daniel Ricciardo. This time around, Sebastian Vettel clears Fernando Alonso. Vettel was not happy when he was lapping down Fernando Alonso, who didn't give him a clear way in the first moment itself. But eventually he clears and he shows the frustration to Fernando Alonso by waving off the hand at him while he was crossing. In the meantime, Verstappen leads by 8.6 seconds to Lewis Hamilton on top. Meantime, this time around, Sebastian Vettel is just about half a second closer to Daniel Ricciardo. He's just behind him. He goes side by side. Daniel Ricciardo shuts the door, goes around in the start-finish straight, doesn't give a chance, manages to keep the lead somehow. Doesn't seem to be, he will be able to do it for longer time. We are in lap number 49, still 7 laps to go for this race. And all the points matter for Sebastian Vettel here. This time around, Sebastian Vettel once again, as the engineers pour in some suggestions to Sebastian Vettel for his new power unit, he says, just leave me alone, I want to do it myself. So another lap goes, lap number 51 starts for Malaysian Grand Prix as Sebastian Vettel is still chasing Daniel Ricciardo. looks very promising for Red Bulls here in Malaysian Grand Prix. Both the Red Bulls are in the points, and 1 and 3 position will be really good for them, as Daniel Ricciardo is just about 3 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton, and Sebastian Vettel is, this time around his gap has increased to about 1 minute out of DRS zone here, as they come around back straight, goes around the sweeping U-turn before the start-finish straight. And now suddenly Vettel tires have started graining, so he's losing out speed now. So he has reached his prime with his tires. And now looks to be Daniel Ricciardo is getting clear of Sebastian Vettel easily. In the meantime, Hülkenberg goes to the pits. He was complaining with his engineers. Looks to be a retirement for Nico Hülkenberg. Dutch fans are getting very excited about Max Verstappen, who had started in 3rd position and a real strong race where he led the Malaysian Grand Prix, and he's already in lap number 52. What a great race today Max Verstappen had. Lewis Hamilton has no answer to the brilliance of Max Verstappen today. He's 9.5 seconds ahead of Lewis Hamilton. This is the best birthday present what Max can expect in his career. And if this position all the drivers finishes, so Lewis Hamilton is going to finish with 281 points, which is well clear 34 points from Sebastian Vettel. And Ricciardo will finish with 177 points. Bottas comes closer with 25 points clear of Sebastian Vettel. As we go to lap number 53. This will be second victory for Max Verstappen in Formula 1, and what a race to do that. He has done nothing wrong in this weekend in Malaysia. And who is the driver he's winning from? Lewis Hamilton, the World Championship leader. Alonso is down in 11th place. And Stoffel Vandoorne is in 7th place. Strong finish for Stoffel Vandoorne. As we go to the last 2 laps of this Malaysian Grand Prix, Max Verstappen is comfortably leading this Grand Prix. Well cleared, 10.5 seconds from Lewis Hamilton. Now Vettel has fallen further behind Daniel Ricciardo. Bottas is in distant 5th place. This time around, Roman Grosjean overtakes Gasly. Gasly giving a fight to Roman Grosjean. Will he be able to hold on? No, Roman Grosjean does it nicely. He is on faster set of tires, Roman Grosjean. Gasly is still not giving up. So this is the last lap which is being led by Max Verstappen here. What a game Max Verstappen is having this time around. As he crosses the start finish lap for the last lap of this race and last lap of Malaysian Grand Prix in Malaysia. This is the last Grand Prix for Formula 1 in Malaysia. As Max Verstappen goes around and he gets a cheer from the crowds. He has done no mistake whatsoever for this Grand Prix. What a weekend for 20th birthday for Max Verstappen as he goes around the back straight, goes the sweeping U-turn, gets on the start-finish straight, and Max Verstappen is all set to take second Grand Prix victory of his career. Max Verstappen has won the Malaysian Grand Prix, last Grand Prix of Malaysia. Hamilton coming behind him goes second, and there is a yellow flag in the sector 1. It will be interesting what happens there as Hamilton crosses the line, goes second. Max Verstappen is ever cheerful. Such a great weekend for Max Verstappen as he wins Malaysian Grand Prix. He gets all cheers of Dutchmen around on the podium, on the grandstand. What a place, what a day to get a victory for 20-year-old Dutchman Max Verstappen. No foot put on the wrong place or the wrong direction by Max Verstappen. He wins his second Grand Prix of his career. Daniel Ricciardo brings his car home in third position. Red Bull happiest in this Grand Prix weekend. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is delighted with this win. This is a great weekend for Max Verstappen. What a weekend Max Verstappen had today. Great drive by Max Verstappen as wishes pours in from all part of the corners of the ground and the commentator. And here Sebastian Vettel has a problem. That yellow flag was he's carrying one of his tire on top of the car. What a view Sebastian Vettel gets it. What has happened to the car? We don't know. It's a suspension failure. So Sebastian Vettel finishes nowhere. Or did he cross the line? It will be interesting to see what has happened with Sebastian Vettel. As per the timesheet, it shows position 4. We have to see what happened with him. As car is stranded at turn number 5. And what a view Sebastian Vettel car is giving. One tire on top of the car. This is picture finish for Sebastian Vettel also. As he gets a ride, he likes to take a ride on Sauber's car. The same thing Mark Webber did with Fernando Alonso in Singapore a few years back. Will he be able to do it? He's trying to do it. Probably he will not be allowed to do. And he does it. So he's going to get a piggyback with Sauber's car. So he does repeat the Sebastian Vettel repeats Mark Webber stuff and he's saying it's crazy, why you do that? And he hits Felipe Massa. Lance Stroll, sorry, hits Lance Stroll. What has happened? The race was over, they were just coming in the pits and they hit it. Sebastian Vettel has a disaster. He broke his suspension, Lance Stroll, and they collided. This is definitely going to get some strong punishment from the stewards. You cannot collide with each other after the race is over. This is a shame for whoever is at fault. Vettel complains. Lance Stroll just came and shunted his car into him. He was not seeing what is happening in front. In the meantime, let's not get the focus out of Max Verstappen, who has won this Malaysian Grand Prix comfortably here. Great weekend for Max Verstappen and Red Bull cars, where they had finished 1-3 in this Grand Prix, last Grand Prix of Malaysia. It was great to bringing you live commentary, friends all over the world. This Malaysian Grand Prix, which happens to be the last Grand Prix of the Malaysia Formula 1. And with this, I'll close this commentary. This was brought to you live by Naresh, your host from Autocars India. Have safe driving and see you soon in Suzuka. With this, I will close and say goodbye to you. Have safe driving.